I feel like we've been keeping up kind of like every day with the news and trying to track these major milestones, and I think we all know that we just hit a pretty impressive milestone.
We did.
What is it?
Congratulations, there are over 1 million infected! Woo!
Whoa, shit. That was like terrible. Did that work?
I don't know, the smoke's coming out of it.
Another one.
Let me try another one.
Technically, 1,016,000.
Alright, so keep away from eyes.
Oh my god! Genuinely get fucked.
Looks perfectly safe.
No! Please, Alex!
Oh.
I hate you so much. It's like probably super old. Okay, so obviously quarantine is the worst thing that's ever happened to anyone.
It tastes really bad.
Why did you do? It's probably poison. Go wash your mouth out.
I will not. But yeah, so we finally crossed the line, over 1 million infected worldwide. We did it!
Did anyone else, like, I was like refreshing the feed. I'm a numbers guy. Anytime we do like a product launch at work, I'm just like refreshing that feed. Same thing for coronavirus. Obviously, devastating.
Oh yeah, it's like the ultimate RPG.
think-
Look at those numbers going up.
It's so satisfying. So obviously in Australia, I think the news recently has been very like, hey, we're cautiously optimistic. That curve, it's flattening. We've gone from the cases doubling every 7 days to now the cases doubling every 3 to 4 days. Isn't that exciting? But then also the exact same guy, our chief medical officer, was just like, but also I think that the cases may be 5 to 10 times higher globally.
Well, again, that's just people who've actually been tested.
Right, and they keep telling us that we've got one of the highest, like most best testing rates in the whole wide world, but also like sure, but also don't we all know a person who hasn't been tested properly? Like it doesn't make sense.
Us, yeah, I know plenty of people who've had flu symptoms and they're like, sorry, unless you've,
And I know that that's just anecdotal evidence, but there is a little element of like, well, do we trust what they're saying? I hope that that trend line really is flattening and that all of this insidiness has been worthwhile. But at the same time,
the world by staying home. Firing.
I don't want to go back.
Celebrations into our mouths.
I'm ready to not go back. I'm like, if we can just stay here and get vegetables delivered like we've been.
All I've wanted since before I turned 40 was to never have to go outside again. And now this viral apocalypse has granted me that gift. So thank you, coronavirus. If we can just keep up the government assistance, I could never work again.
Wait, that's exactly what they don't want you to do.
Easy street. Look, Scott Morrison specifically said, have a go and you'll get a go. But if you're feeling a bit tired and would rather other people do the work, punch some billies for breakfast and maybe sit back and watch some Netflix. And I want to say, I'm a proud citizen.
So, I don't know about you, but I've been following people on my internet feeds, on my various social media, and I feel like we've kind of got people in two camps. People are like, this is going to be a socialist paradise after the coronavirus dies down, or it's going to be an authoritarian hellscape. Sometimes they're one and the same people.
Or
like a little
this whole thing's just a scam so they can put up 5G everywhere and infect us with radiation.
Which is
It's a pretty clear plan because it goes towers everywhere, radiation, profit. So
who's profiting?
I don't know. Damn you, Telstra. That's exactly what they want us to turn us all into radioactive zombies.
Yeah, is that what?
Finally, their plan has come to pass. All they had to do was make the entire planet catch the flu at the same time and stay home.
I heard that that's great for the economy.
Yeah.
You know that we're in the biggest deficit of maybe all time. And I mean, we don't know how the economy works, let alone any economies, but I am under the impression that it is not the same as a household budget. So if we're in debt, that's a problem. We're in debt. But if the government is in debt, that is not quite the same thing because of, I think, how the economy works is the impression I've been given from people smarter than myself on YouTube.
You're not asking me, are you?
I'm not asking you.
Because I don't know shit.
Definitely not you. So we've kind of got people in these two camps, and the obvious thing to me seems to be it's a false dichotomy where it doesn't have to be this or that, and it's probably likely to be somewhere in the middle. Which of these things do you think are going to roll back? Which of these things do you think are going to stay? Do you think we're in line to become some kind of like paradise for socialism, or are we going to become some kind of crazy authoritarian police state where like that guy from RoboCop is doing RoboCop stuff?
That's RoboCop. Well,
you're a scientist, so let us know.
As a middle-aged white man who reckons a whole bunch of stuff and
applies
disproportionate weight to my own opinion, I reckon that it's going to take a little while to wind back these laws, and I don't necessarily trust
Which
the
laws,
government
the
to do so.
authoritarian ones or the
Yeah.
socialist
I mean,
ones?
the authoritarian ones. Like this whole don't go outside, quit fucking around, there's more than 2 of you in that car, that's a fine. What are you doing, wearing gum boots in the library, that's a fine.
Well, did you see on the press conference, I'm just trying to...
Are you trying to cut in, literally, physically cut in?
Well, I see that you're quite aggressive with the way that you speak, so I feel like I have to...
No, I'm not!
You're
No,
scary.
I am, sorry.
No, but genuinely, I think that they did a press conference where the Prime Minister tried to alleviate people's concerns about this by saying that the police have been given the power to use their discretion. Their tool, the number one tool that they've got to use is their discretion. And I think for about a day, no fines were given. But yesterday, 12 fines something were given, including one 21-year-old who was just eating a kebab on a bench. I did read, though, that he did not go inside twice when they asked him. Can you imagine?
Finish that kebab. Oh, I'm still eating it. And they come back and he's halfway down.
It does take a long time.
It's been an hour.
Yeah.
Third time they came back, he was sucking the juices out of one of the
He was
bag.
trying
They
very
lost their
careful
temper.
not to get the paper bag in his mouth, which is obviously a travesty every time that happens.
There is going to be more discretion, and I think they are going to be a bit loath to get fine happy with these sort of things. But like, what's going to happen with these fines?
Who's processing these fines?
Yeah, who's still working in the system
who's
processing?
charging
Who's
them?
chasing up the money?
The sheriff? Did you know that there is actually sheriffs?
Yes,
I didn't for a long time.
It was my job.
But you told me that there wasn't.
There is actually
wow.
sheriffs. No, none of them look like Sam Elliott with a giant moustache and a
But
badge.
I think we can all pretend.
Stuff, yeah. They look exactly like Buffalo Bill, right down to having a bubblegum nose and being flat nine-made
Oh
ice
my god,
cream.
I thought you were saying Buffalo Bill, but you said
No,
it like weird.
Buffalo Bill.
Okay, the ice cream.
He is a historical figure.
What?
Yes, he was shot in the town of Deadwood while blowing a bubble. Where was I going with this?
I don't know, but I'm dead now. Buffalo Bill, get fucked.
So I like some countries who've brought in the system where they just flog you with a length of bamboo if they catch you out in public. And I think that's much more effective.
Is that a real thing?
And yes, I'm going to work out which country and put it in the comments below.
That sounds mildly racist.
Yeah, it's bring on that corporal punishment. What are you doing outside? Oh, I'm just waiting for a mate.
I have to unequivocally disagree. I do not want to get whipped for doing what I want.
You better stay the fuck inside.
Do not threaten me. I will also cross my arms and whip you with a goddamn thing, like a bamboo.
Because every bad guy with a bit of bamboo needs a good guy with a bit of bamboo to counter them.
That's a Cold War then of bamboozles. Like, you don't want to have two bamboos pointed at each other.
Is it a Cold War? What's the word for it?
Well, it is a Cold War, and that's
mutually assured destruction.
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't see the government rushing to give up the new powers they have to keep motherfuckers in line.
But it's not the new powers that they have to keep us in line. It's also all of the powers that they've given us.
Oh, they will be so keen to bring those
cut them
back off. Yeah, I mean, it's anyone who's dealt with Centrelink knows how it is when they make.
I am much more optimistic. I am much more optimistic. I don't think that they will be. I think there will be such a social outcry. I think again, everybody will have been through some of these things now, so the empathy will be higher. And I don't think that they will be able to roll back some of these changes so easily. Now that they've so swiftly made changes that up until maybe a week ago we would have assumed would have taken 30 years of activism to achieve, and we've done them almost overnight. I just don't think that it's going to go back to the status quo entirely. Like, yes, it'll still be a capitalist society. Yes, we'll still have, a liberal government, but I cannot imagine these things being walked back now that people have been given them.
And we've done it for another week. Day, I don't know, these come out.
What's a day?
It's hard for us to find the time in Corona world to sit down on our computers.
We've got a lot of big stuff going on.
Yeah, a lot of big stuff. Nothing's changed for us. We're the same movers and shakers we always were. If you had a good time and you liked it, tell us by pressing a like. Share it if you want to propagate it. Let it spread through the internet like coronavirus itself. And subscribe if you want to find out when the next one is.
I didn't know it.